why should you be one of the winners in this year's batch of Miss World Philippines? So
Hi, partner. Good evening.
good evening, partner.
Kamusta ka? This is a very, it's a very tiring week pero very exciting kasi we got to cover a lot of things for our girls, diba?
I know, and I'm so glad nga. Pero first of all, I know na kayong dalawa ni Jonathan had a great time last week. Of course, congratulations to this year's batch of Binibining Pilipinas winners. We are all happy and we can't wait to support all of you. But partner,
True.
I just want to know before we go to our guests, how was the experience watching it nang ganito na there was less audience, na parang lahat kayo kailangan mag-ingay because, iba yung energy level that time.
Siyempre na-miss natin yung cheering, yung talagang maraming crowd na nanonood. Pero iba pa rin, partner, iba pa rin ang contest ng Binibining Pilipinas. I think it was a better production, which everyone enjoyed. So despite the limitations and restrictions.
All right. And we hope that the next competition, we will see a little bit more energy this time kasi partner, mukhang may pag-asa na may mag-cheer
True.
talaga ng live. From Binibining Pilipinas, we now go to our next competition, which is the Miss World Philippines. And partner, nagkaroon lang sila recently ng press presentation. No, formally, at last, napakilala na ang 45 candidates to the media. And I must say, all of the girls nun, from what I heard, really showed a good performance. Unfortunately, I wasn't there to witness it because I was out of town, and of course, Jonathan was the one who was able to cover it. So we will get to know more of the girls, the girls rather tonight, and we're very happy that the four of them said yes. Kasi partner, sobrang tight na ng schedule. Mabuti na pagbigyan pa tayo ng apat na to. So,
correct. Partner, wait lang.
Oh.
Sorry. Syempre, we would like to thank everyone who's been following us on YouTube and on Facebook and Instagram. Kasi din sa coverage natin, partner, maraming nagpapa-say ng hello and thank you and their suggestions and recommendations. So, partner, mabilis lang dito sa ating shout-out sa ating recent subscribers. We would like to thank and say hello to Pao Montecarlo, Charlo Ruiz Tingson, Jomar Sarcia, Moon Noclaf, Ted Taib, Rio Ofina, Jobelin Acoba, Stephen Ashley, Mylene Alvior, and of course, hello to Sir Gian Lasala who also subscribed to our channel. Yung iba dito sa ating mga subscribers, partner, nakita natin dun sa live coverage natin sa Binibining Pilipinas. And we just want to give a shout out to all of our subscribers and followers. So,
all right.
there.
Yes. And before that, please don't forget, Nat, as my partner said, to subscribe to the YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram accounts of the Qrown Philippines. But you will get a lot of news every day. Every day po kami nag-update on the what's happening. I mean, after all, partner, it's pageant season, and we're just in the middle pa lang. So ang dami pa niyan, di ba? So, partner, without further ado, I will introduce our four guests for today. Of course, representing San Pablo, Laguna, we have, of course, Pauline Robles, and from Mandaluyong City, Joy Barcoma.
Hi.
Hello, good day, ladies. And partner, for the first time, if ever, mag-share ng screens ang ating mga guests tonight.
Ang saya, diba?
Normally po, kanya-kanya po sila ng screen. So, our second set of guests ay nag-share din ng sarili nilang screen. Please, let us welcome from Muntinlupa City, Sadie Nicha, and of course, Gwen Fourniol, representing Negro. Ayan. Just
Hello, everyone.
good.
Bonding
Good.
moments, partner.
Oh,
Welcome to the Crown Philippines, girls.
oh,
Thank you
yes,
so
good.
much for having me.
Oh, and ladies, thank you for gracing us with your presence because we know, as I said, sabi ko nga sa partner ko, sobrang tight na ng schedule ninyo. In fact, ang hirap ninyo lahat habulin. I know this is the last week. You're entering your final week of preparations. Pero bago mo na yan, bago tayo sa question and answer partner, kamustahin natin tong apat na to sa ano nila sa press presentation. Ladies, after almost a few weeks of waiting, how was it? How did it feel for all of four of you to face the media at the Cove last week? Because I know nga naka-lock in kayo and there was a lot of physical distancing that happened. Let's start with the pair of Pauline and Joy.
So, so it was really fun. Like I really had a lot of fun during the press presentation. And honestly, like before we went out, like the Cove served us some food, and then we were so tempted. Like we wanted to eat, but we couldn't eat because we had to wear swimsuits. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was a really fun experience. I mean, to see everyone cheering for us, it was definitely a memorable experience for all of us. Yeah.
Yes, it's true. And that's actually nerve wracking at first. But when we got on stage, it just felt all natural. Like we were just swaying, we were just playing with our thing. And finally it's happening. After weeks of waiting, after tireless working for our swimsuit bodies, finally we were able to show it to the media. And we were able to like showcase all our hard works, all our efforts for this competition. So I think everything's worth it so far, and we have enjoyed it. We have enjoyed it a lot.
What about you, Shade and Gwen? How was it for the first time after weeks of waiting? That there were more people that you were seeing given nga naka-lock in kayo.
Well, it was my first time on stage in front of everyone. Oops. Sorry. It was
Medyo
our first time
nag-feedback.
on stage in front of everyone. And as someone who grew up very insecure, our first time on stage. Well, I'm not sure if it was your first time, but for me, it's my first pageant, so it was a bit nerve-wracking. But I was very proud of myself after going up on that stage and being able to face a crowd. Growing up, I was very introvert. I wasn't really extrovert, but after being in this journey, I met wonderful and beautiful people that really empowered me and made me more confident as I am today. So I was able to face the press, and I'm able to face next week for the coronation night. I'm really super excited.
Shade, what about you?
Me, the press presentation, the way I prepared myself for that day is I told myself that act like, show them how you want to be seen. So I told myself just have fun, and it really showed that I was just having fun, and I was trying to make them feel that, oh, I'm happy to be here today, and so should you, especially watching us girls, of course, walk with our beautiful bikini, of course. We really prepared for those days, although there were some hardships, especially we were able to really push it away. We prioritize what is important. Yes.
And we commend you for that, ladies, because it's not been easy given the pandemic situation that we're all in. Okay, let's move on to the questions. Let's start by asking, of all the competitions that are out there, why join Miss World Philippines? Let's go back to Gwen and Shade first.
Okay.
So, you want to answer first? Or?
Sure. Why did I join Miss World? To me, every time I join a pageant, there's no gain except only positive gain. I learn better about myself. I learn better how to be a better beauty queen, and of course, better in every aspect, such as the Q&A, of course. But to me, Miss World really stood out, especially the first time they told us why. They always ask us, why do we keep catching a lot of crowns? It's because we want more girls. We want to offer more crowns to even more girls. And to me, that is so considerate, especially to more women. We want more possibilities. So Miss World really stood out for me because they're very considerate and they want even more girls to reach their dreams. So to me, I think I'm in the right place.
Gwen?
For me, I would never imagine myself joining a pageant. I saw Miss World as an excellent platform to devote what really matters, which is my advocacy. And growing up in France and England, I was able to witness the diversity between each culture and the differences between traditions, between Filipino culture and other cultures, which really opened my eyes. So, as an advocate of education, Miss World for me, it's the platform for me to really make everything stand out for education, because I believe education is not a luxury but a human right, and everyone should have access freely to it. And as a teacher, I was actually supposed to be teaching right now, but I took time for this interview because I haven't had an interview in a long time, and I really admire the Qrown. I always see them on Instagram. So yeah, that's why I'm joining Miss World Philippines, for the children.
Pauline and Joy, why join Miss World Philippines?
So aside from diversity and inclusivity, the reason why I joined Miss World Philippines is that I know that it will be a great platform for me to promote my advocacy, which is the ABC program, Access to Better Healthcare program, because we have this pandemic right now, and I believe that what we lack right now is the public's lack of access to a better healthcare system. And through my advocacy, I can reach far-flung places from all over the Philippines to provide universal healthcare to everyone.
Doctora. Our
Sorry.
Doctora. Okay, as for my reason, it really came up as a joke at first. Like, I wanted to join Miss World because I want to go with the hashtag Joy to the World, because it doesn't sound right if I'm gonna go with the hashtag Joy to the Universe. but then I kind of grow with it. I kind of embody the hashtag Joy to the World, and I realized that Miss World is the right pageant for me. More so because it is a pageant that really adheres, or that really lives with their advocacy, which is beauty with a purpose. And I think that's what really struck me the most, because I have been a public servant for years. I have been working with the public. I have been serving them for I think 3 years already, starting with my internship at Rapid Tulfo in Action, wherein I interview people. I help people with their needs. And so it really grew on me that I think Miss World is the right pageant for me, because it helps me to widen my platform to reach more people to help. It is the pageant that really find someone, not just an image of the organization, but an ambassadress. Not just an ambassadress, but ambassadress of change. And I think it's the most important thing for me. If I'm going to exert my effort into something, I make sure that it's worth it. And I think joining Miss World Philippines is one of those worth it efforts that I have did in my entire life, because I know that I am doing this for a purpose, and not just a simple purpose, but a purpose of making a world a better place to live in for the people.
We're not
Love
yet in.
it.
Yeah, we're not yet even in
Partner.
the. We're not yet even the half of the questions, and we're already getting to know the ladies through their talks. Partner,
Iba ang Miss World Philippines, partner. Parang lahat sila sumali sa public speaking contest ng house.
malalaman natin yan later on, partner. Next question
Diba,
goes.
no? Correct.
Yeah.
But that's I find that very important, no? As one of the skills that you really have to possess as a Miss World Philippines, because you're really standing up for an advocacy, and people are waiting for you to speak up. So, okay. So, girls, sa akin naman, kasi syempre, it's still a pageant. Miss World Philippines is still a pageant, and hindi natin maaalis dyan yung usapang pasarela, especially, di ba, meron dyang, I think one of the fast track challenges is yung top model. So I think it's still important for us to check on how you're doing in terms of your pasarela training. We can start with Joy and Pauline.
Okay, so I'm gonna start now. I think I'm doing good with my passerella because we train in a way that we still incorporate our personality in our walk. That when we walk on stage, people can see what we are really trying to portray. And as for me, it is an image of a woman who is powerful, an image of a woman who was demanding attention from people because she knows she's about to say something that is valuable to the world. I think I like that part when it comes to our training, that we incorporate that personality, because more than just the walk, it's the presence that really matters. It's that commanding presence that you let people see in you. And that's what I want to really showcase in the Miss World stage, that I'm not just a woman who is good in walking. I am a woman with purpose, and that they can see it shining in me, radiating on stage.
True. So, kumbaga, tayo pa lang, alam
Yeah.
mo na, Miss World Philippines, diba? How about you, Pauline?
The world. So my passerella training so far, so I'm training in KF, and I feel like my passerella training has improved a lot ever since my last pageant, which was in January. And of course, we had this dock walks in KF, which really paid a lot. It was worth every muscle strain and tears and sweat. And yeah, I mean, same with Joy. I feel like the passerella training also, I mean, the passerella itself also is about not just about the walk, but it's about how you represent yourself. How will you bring yourself into the stage? And yeah.
Correct. So, very important talagang aspect ang pasarela. That's why girls are really pushing hard and very determined to train. What about Gwen and Sadie?
So, of course, as a newbie to pageants, there's a lot in sound. Your sound.
Thank you.
As a newbie to pageant, there's a lot of girls with different experience, with different levels in passerella, and it made me absorb so much from them, especially like Dindy or people that already joined pageants before. So passerella is not just about how you make people look at you. It's about the movement of your body, how graceful you are, the aura that you give out to the audience, because you are representing the Philippines. You are representing the embodiment of a Filipino woman, full of confidence, full of joy, full of empowerment. And that's really what matters in this pageant. It's not just all about the advocacy, it's how you present yourself. You don't really have to have a lavish outfit or look, made up every day. It's just about how you show off to yourself, to other people, that you're someone you can, approachable and someone that you can be related to. So that's what really matters with passerella, from head to toe.
The overall aura, Ika.
Yes,
How
overall.
about you, Sadie?
To me, the passerella training these days are really opening. I think every year that there is a pageant, there's innovation in the passerella training. There's always something new things to learn and new styles to develop. I must agree with Gwen that it is about how you show yourself. That is why the signature moves exist, because you want to show them how you want to present yourself. And at the same time, you want to look good. Of course, you want to look good. So to me, the passerella training is really eye-opening. I think every girl develops their own way of walking, their own signature, and their own statement every time they walk into the stage.
True. And nakita natin yan, partner, noong press presentation, diba? Talagang kitang-kita natin yung resulta ng training at hindi pa uhuli ang Miss World Philippines girls.
Yeah, that's true, partner. And the other thing that makes the Miss World Philippines very different from all competitions, actually, partner, is that hindi lang ito pagandahan, partner. It also tests the girls' stamina and athleticism. In this case, we're now moving to the talk about of the sports challenge. Alam ko, girls, that a lot of you enjoyed that. In particular, nung nag-rifle shooting kayo a few weeks ago. A lot of you actually showed your inner Lara Croft and Black Widow moments there. So I like to know, how has your fitness routine been? And since malapit na kayong mag-compete, how has it been, the challenge of dieting, if it exists, but I don't know if dieting is actually happening considering what I've been seeing on Instagram stories these days. Let's go back to Gwen and Sade on this.
So for me, this role, of course, is not just about looking good. It's about testing your mental ability. How far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to challenge yourself? How far are you willing to go out of the box and really train your mind to compete with other girls in a really pressurized situation? So it was the first time doing something like that. I did cadets before, and it was very hard. So I was with other soldiers, cadets, and we were carrying very heavy things. So it was kind of like reminiscing what happened in the past, but also working as a team with other girls and really, testing your fitness. It's not just about being fit, physically, but also mentally. So that was really the hard part of it.
To me, the sports challenge, the real takeaway out of that is the safety of guns. How to safely handle guns. To me, I don't actually condone guns to citizens. So to me, only the authorized people should handle guns. But for the the obstacle challenge, I really had fun and I really competed for that real hard. But for the guns, I think I'm a bit nervous with that. So I just chose to have fun. But yes, the safety we have to keep that in our minds.
Oh, that's true because handling these days guns is handling a rifle actually can be adventurous, but at the same time, I'm glad that all of you were given the safety protocols at that because you're not just battling a pandemic, you're also actually trying to know how to protect yourselves from any specific danger. So, Pauline and Joy, how was it like competing in the sports challenge?
So I was an athlete before. So as I've said in my previous interviews, I started competing swimming when I was 9 years old, and I also became a part of the team in UST Tiger Sharks when I was in college. So I already have the proper training of being an athlete, and then I was in a hiatus for about a few years because I just focused more on my studies, especially I'm studying in med school right now. And then, I mean, the sports challenge itself was really fun. It was really a different experience. And what I love about Miss World is it doesn't just promote our physical beauty, but it also showcases our holistic development as a candidate and as a whole. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, so as for me, I'm not really an athletic person because I have a heart disease. So I didn't really grow up as a person that is like I'm full of energy, but I don't really do tasking works because it's not allowed. I'm not allowed to do that. But then I really enjoy the shooting range because I used to fire guns before because I've worked with AFP, so they used to train me before. So I think I've enjoyed that part the most. But I think I didn't like let my sickness hinder me from enjoying the obstacle course because as you can see, I think it's the crowd that was able to capture my most my most candid moment. I was just laughing all the way through the obstacle course because I thought I'm not really competing with the girls. I'm here to enjoy the competition. I'm not here to like really compete to get into the top 21 just because I decided to like not enjoy the moment and compete with the girls. I'm here to enjoy. And that's what I did. And I think I learned the most important lesson that sometimes the candid moments that are being captured is your true self, and that's what I learned here in the Tire Sarta, shooting range. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about the other girls, and I learned how to enjoy.
Well, yun nga, sometimes sports it actually tests your, as Gwen said earlier, your mental, and at the same time, of course, yung pagiging ninyo, kung gaano nga kayo competitive. Partner?
Oo, partner, no? Sa ang pagiging beauty queen ngayon, holistic na, hindi lang kagandahan. Mental, physical, and syempre, poise and elegance. Ngayon, girls, we're very curious to know about the talent part. Kasi although we know na hindi naman required yung to showcase the talent during the talent competition, but we would still want to know, baka meron kayong tinatago or kahit konting pahapyaw man lang, baka naman makaalam kami ng konting information if someone's performing for the talent competition. Let's start with Pauline.
Oh my god! So actually, my talent was a really last minute decision. It was I was even surprised that I'm gonna perform, but I sang during my talent, and I did a little bit of a twist because I'm a very bubbly person. I mean, everyone knows that I like to make people laugh. So I made a little bit of a spontaneous comedy skit with my performance, and then everybody laughed, which is my goal actually. And yeah, so my talent actually is singing. But then I think my real after making people laugh, everyone laugh during that time. I think my real talent is making people happy.
Oh yeah.
I'm a comedian.
I agree with her. It's her talent. It's hard to make people laugh.
Yeah,
It's really
I
hard.
think that's my real talent.
That's her talent talaga. It's very spontaneous.
Yeah.
And we've enjoyed it. I was there.
Hingi tayo ng sample, partner, mamaya kapag may oras pa tayo, ha? Sige.
Medyo mahirap with spontaneous.
Sige. How about you, Joy?
I did not really do my talent, more so because I know that I'm just a singer, not a good singer. But I think if I will be given a chance to like perform, I will do it. But since this is not required or not really required to do it, I just decided to support the girls. I was just there to support them and cheer for them because that's what I'm happy. That's why I'm happy that day because I was able to see them perform what they're good at. I was really amazed with the girls. I was really surprised with others because they said, like, oh my god, they have that kind of talent. And I just sing. But then as a person who sings, I think it's one way of expressing what you truly feel. Singing is one way or one of my avenues when it comes to expressing my emotions, the way I feel about things. And so I love singing, but then I wasn't able to show it to the Miss World because I opted not to.
Very tita ka dyan.
Correct. Uy, partner, di ba yung current Miss World she sang during the competition, di ba? So, malay naman natin.
Yeah,
Okay. Sige.
did.
How about you, Gwen and Shady?
Well, I sang a French song because, of course, I'm half French, and I thought I would suit as a talent because I wanted to stand out in a way since I'm a teacher for languages. And I also gave roses. I'm not sure if anyone videoed that. I gave roses to all the judges because I sang La Vie en Rose, and that's my favorite
You speak
song.
French.
Yeah.
You also speak French.
So I sang it in like first English and then French. So I put a lot of effort into it, and I really enjoyed performing because I see singing as a way to really portray your emotions because singing is a universal language. It doesn't have to be in English, it can be in any language, and you can really feel it through your heart. So I really enjoyed that. But I'm really proud of Shade for her performance. She got into top 10 and will be
you.
performing at the gala night for Okada.
Thank you so much. To me, I performed contemporary dance. I've always been a dancer since I was young, but it didn't start from me. It came from my brother. He became a dancer, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna copy him. Let me just become a dancer, and I developed it. I discovered I'm actually good at dancing. So what I did, I showed them what I really feel with a song, Speechless, from Aladdin live action, which really speaks for me, that song Speechless, because I refuse to be shut out. And with the contemporary dance, that's very meaningful and very powerful. I think I was able to deliver that to them. And what I wanted to do with that dance is to affect them somehow also, for them to refuse also to be shut out.
Yan. Partner, sana makita natin yan sa gala, no?
I know. Yeah, actually, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was already announced that the gala night will be happening on July 22, which people can actually watch it live stream. Details will be coming out soon, I believe. But partner, if there's one thing I commend these girls is their love for music and performance, because performing music, as Gwen said, is a very universal language. Whether it be in French, whether it be in Filipino, in English, or in Korean, music speaks to the heart. Even perform what Sade did was dance. Actually, Sade, if I'm not mistaken, you're named after the singer herself. So
Don't be mistaken. I'm not a singer.
yeah, but the person, the girl, the person you're named after has actually a very powerful voice and has
Yes.
actually popularized see nabungal na nga ulit ako. What I'm saying is a lot of the songs that she sang are very, very popular and are still in karaoke, to be
Very
exact.
meaningful.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm named after two singers. My name is Dion Sade. So Dion Warwick,
Warwick
Sade.
and in Sade. So
I did not get the voice, so that don't make me sing.
She got the moves though.
I got the moves, not the voice.
yeah, well, the fact that you're named after two popular musicians actually connected na rin yan sa sayaw because some of their songs have actually been performed in contemporary movements. Okay, moving on. Actually, what Sade mentioned about her story is actually connected to the next question that we're having, partner. It's about the causes close to their hearts. Before I ask that question, I want to ask lang this to Pauline because Pauline is a pre-med student. I just want to ask, and Joy has shared briefly about her condition when she was young. I want to ask you both, how important is science given the time of the challenges of the pandemic? When things are questioned. Pauline, for you as a pre-med student, I want to ask you that.
I mean, I'm so sorry to correct you. I'm a med student.
Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, as a med student.
So as a
Pre-med
med
student, right?
student, I think this having science in this pandemic is very vital.
Mhm.
I have to give one example is the use of ivermectin. Um, Improper use of ivermectin. So DOH has recently they have been releasing statements that not to use ivermectin because ivermectin is actually an antiparasitic drug. That is its mechanism of action. But then a lot of people get so confused that they have been seeing on another set of journals online that it can help reduce symptoms of COVID. But I think we need to be smart about it. We need to really do our research. We need to believe the proper reliable sources with regards to how to or what to use the proper medications when it comes to COVID-19, because we have antiviral drugs such as Remdesivir, Acyclovir, which are really antiviral drugs, and they are already proven. They are released in the market as antiviral drugs, but the ivermectin itself is an antiparasitic, and we shouldn't use that. Another thing is Linwa. Linwa naman is a herbal medicine. Sorry, I'm being so technical here, but
Yeah,
I'm just giving an example that why science is so important right now. So Linwa is a herbal medicine. Um, it's nowadays I've heard from my friends that the use of Linwa can is a drug for COVID-19, but it's not actually a drug for COVID-19. It can help reduce the symptoms of COVID-19, but it is not an antiviral drug. If not used correctly, it can cause serious side effects in your body. So I'm just stating two examples why science is important in this global pandemic. So as a med student, in my advocacy, I want to educate everyone with regards to proper use of medications to help spread awareness with regards to public health education, which I just did earlier, and of course to provide universal healthcare access to those people in need. Yeah, sorry
Thank you
for
for
the lengthy answer, but yeah.
Sorry.
no. It's actually I had to ask you that because as somebody who's studying the sciences, I think you were the one of the one of the good people or one of the best people to to share what is going on behind because really, I'm not going to go political on this. I am just stating the fact because science these days has been challenged consistently. And, yes, it's every day still everything is still being studied, but as someone like Pauline who has been studying the sciences could share that it works, or these are things that we don't know that they know, and it's still under the study. We don't have to go political about it. It's
Yeah.
simply saying that you just have to that these are the facts, and these are what we're studying, this is what's coming out, and this is what we can do for now. So it's still a learning process, everything. And and it's a good thing that you already talked about your cost, because I guess given that the pandemic has become a game changer for all of us, now we see the importance of science and of course of medicine to all. Joy, what about you?
Well,
What is the
I
cost
really
close to your
I really believe, going back to the question that was asked to Doctora, I'm claiming she's going to Doctora soon. I believe that science is really vital because every discovery requires researches, and researches require scientific backups, scientific explanations for that matter. And so I believe that everything that we should be taking consideration in this pandemic should be relied on to the decisions, to the researches of scientists, and of course those who are really inclined into the medical field. So that's what I really want to say or share here, that we should give importance to those people who are really mastering their craft. And for this matter, in the middle of pandemic, we should really help and support those who are really doing us a favor to move forward and to survive this pandemic. And moving to my cause naman, especially already, I have discussed this a lot of times already, and I think it's really, really important to talk about this because my advocacy is about mental health literacy. So it covers education, promotion, and prevention. So it's not just about awareness. Because I know that people are already aware of it, but not a lot of people are educated. Not all people do know how to care for those who are suffering from mental illness, and not all know how to care for those people. And that is what I am pushing onto the Miss World stage, and even after the pageant, I'm still gonna work on this because I have been working with a lot of organizations, particularly with National Center for Mental Health and of course with Youth for Mental Health Coalition. And I am so proud to say that we are one of the organizations that champion the mental health law. And it is already passed. So we have been working with different LGUs, with different people for us to be able to materialize all the plans that we are pushing into the community. And as for me, I've started talking to the city councilors, the city mayors, the people from the LGUs to connect with the children, with the youth per barangay levels. We're starting really per barangay, per area, so that we can build peer support groups, so that children or youth won't be afraid to talk about their emotions, their feelings anymore, and that the community will play a big role or a vital role in supporting these children into wellness. Because what people don't know is that mental health is an overall wellness. It affects everything. If you are not mentally well, you are not physically well. And that is what we're pushing. Of course, that is our goal to 2040, that we reach the national state of mental wellness.
All right. Yes, and as I always say, partner, when we had previous interviews before, that people going through depression is
Mhm.
is really a challenge, and of course, depression should not be taken lightly because you never know what they're going through. Let's go to Gwen and Sade, and talk about the causes that are close to your heart. Let's start it with Gwen.
So, not a lot of people know about my advocacy. I actually worked with them since I was a baby because my mom was a beneficiary there in the Philippines. And she worked with Father Tritz, who was a Frenchman who devoted his whole life in the Philippines to the children. He believed in bringing street children back into education. And traveling back and forth from France to Philippines, I always used to visit Urda. Urda. They helped around nearly 1 million children. And I want to continue that legacy. After the founder died, he passed away, and he was very close to my heart because he was like a father figure to me. So what we focus on is being self-sustainable. It's not just about providing children with education. It's about really giving them the ability to be sufficient with each other, to flourish in their environment. Because if you give a family food to eat, the next day they will go hungry again. But if you give them the means to, have skills that will give them a lifetime of things to do, things of experience, they will be able to flourish. They will be able to give and provide their children what matters. So no children will have to have, an empty stomach again. Because my mom told me her story, and I may have grown up to be privileged, but I understand, by seeing all of it happen, I understand how it feels to be without food, without shelter, without education. And as my motto is, to educate a man is to save the world. Because without education, there will be no doors to opportunities. So my advocacy really is on education and really focusing on what matters.
Shade?
My advocacy is actually sustainability. I think it's about time that we talk about the environment and the climate change. But when it comes to charity, I do by example of my parents. We focus more on the areas that people don't really see, such as the schools or the places that are in the mountains. Not a lot of people actually go there and offer help. So that's where we offer our help. Those where people don't really pay attention to that much. And second, just a few months ago, we just finished donating tablets for these schools because my friends and I decided to create a fundraiser, and we decided we're going to raise funds for tablets because during the pandemic, people know to donate the typical things: food, water, money, medicine. But then we thought about, what about the students? What about those students who can't join the online classes because they don't have tablets and they're stuck to do modules, which is not a good way to learn. So we decided, okay, we're going to raise funds. We're going to give these children tablets. And we're able to raise 130,000 pesos, and we're able to buy 53 tablets, and we decided to donate that in Mindoro. So that was a successful fundraiser. It was a last minute thing. It was a few months only, but we really devoted to it because we believed in it. We believe nobody's paying attention to children that much or the students. Let's do it. What about us? Let's just do it. So that's what we did. We pay attention to the areas that not a lot of other people does.
And and we commend all you ladies for all of these causes, because all causes that are close to your hearts are very important, especially now in these trying times. Now, from the serious ones, let's go to the fun part. Now, ang aking partner ang magmo-moderate ito, because this is where the getting to know you portion gets interesting, partner.
True. So medyo will lighten things up a bit kasi syempre importante din partner yung a relatable beauty queen, diba? Although I know how they're very much passionate and dedicated about your advocacy. So in the last few days, medyo ano bang tawag yun? So, nagpaka-stalker kami. Medyo tumitingin lang naman kami sa inyong mga IG accounts, and we just chose a couple of photos, and we would want you to share some fun bits o kaya yung story behind the photos that we are going to flash on the screen. Okay, sige, simulan na natin to, partner, and I'm sure we'll enjoy. Okay, direct, let's flash the first photo.
At
Kanina kaya ang
random
photo?
to, ha? Random to. Random photo to. Yan.
Ayan, una kay Pauline. Oh.
Oh my God, I was so fat. So that photo, we were in Disneyland. I mean, it was in the location. Disneyland with my best friend. So the girl I'm beside with is my best friend in college, and she's currently living in California na. So she's working as a medtech there. And it was really spontaneous lang kasi parang nagplano lang kami na, uy, magkita tayo. Ganon. But then sabi ko, paano tayo magkikita? Kasi nasa South ako. I mean, my dad lives in Anaheim, which is in South California. and then she's in Concord, which is North California. So, ang layo. So, paano tayo magkikita? And then, gladly and luckily, yung family niya nagpunta ng South California, and then natulog siya sa amin for 2 nights pala. And yung hindi ko makakalimutan dyan, kasi di ba, Disneyland, you have to walk all day. And then super sakit pa ako, to the point na namagayong pa ako. Sa sobrang dami, sa sobrang hirap talaga. I mean, sa sobrang init din that time, and super dami ng nilakad namin. But in total, it was a really fun experience with my best friend. Kasi before, we were studying in UST. And then parang may marami kaming memories before na sa dapitan lang kami kumakain, kwek-kwek lang pagkain, o show my rice, ganun, for 35 pesos. And then now, we're in the States now, we were eating turkey leg. So, wow, girl, nakakaangat na tayo sa buhay ngayon. At for $10 to $12, nakakain tayo ng turkey leg. Dati, 35 pesos lang. So, iba talaga yung nagagawa ng panahon. So, yun, it was a really fun experience. So, thank you so much for this photo.
Ang yaman ng bonding.
Ang daming memories tuloy. I'm really grateful. Thank you.
At hindi planado yan. Minsan talaga, partner, yung mga lakad na hindi mo pinaplano, yun pa ang mas natutuloy.
Totoo. And Pauline went to one of the biggest, actually the biggest so far the biggest, actually one of the biggest in the States, which is in Anaheim. And of course, girl, yun nga ang notes. I haven't gone there, but I've been to the other ones. Yun nga, palagi ka dapat naka-rubber shoes sa haba ng kalahari mo.
Talaga, kasi grabe, para kayo nagba-marathon all day.
That's true. And take away ko yung turkey leg, ha? Ang mahal ng turkey leg, to be fair. Pero masarap yun.
Turkey leg. Kaya sobrang level up po kami. From 35 pesos, naging $12 sa turkey leg.
I can imagine, mahal din yung mahal sa Hong Kong. Sa Hong Kong version ng turkey leg. Believe me.
True. And syempre, we miss traveling with our friends, diba?
That's
yung best companion ever. So there, thank you for sharing information about this photo. Okay, and then we can go now to our next photo. Direct.
Ano kaya to?
Kanino kayang photo to?
Super. Oh my God, sino to?
Kinakabahan sila, partner.
Roleta to, roleta. Wow.
Super yung reaction. Okay. Go ahead.
You're choosing a decent picture of me.
No, Gwen,
So,
I can say, Gwen,
It was
can I
at a
just
shoot.
say,
I was doing like a bridal shoot for this picture because I'm a modeling commercial model, and yeah, it was a bridal shoot but this was an extra shoot, like a portfolio shoot, and the inspiration was shadows. So I really had messy hair that day, so it was more like a natural look, and I think this was the first take. So I really enjoy modeling because it captures beautiful images that you can keep and that has so much meaning behind it. Some people think modeling is such an easy job, but it takes a lot of focus and effort to portray emotions in one picture, just in one snap. So I think, this portrays mostly, fashion, I guess, because I was wearing glasses and all black, and you could see the behind me was a shadow. It was like from a window, you could see the lights shadowing the background. Yes.
Yes, and syempre, diba, iba-iba yung artistic expression natin. Merong for Gwen, modeling, meron sa painting, meron sa singing. So yeah, partner, you're about to say something.
no, I think because I know that Gwen has European and European roots. So I think, I think the one thing I can always say somebody about who grew up, who has a European roots, is that there's always something classic and elegant about it. Not that because we're interviewing these girls tonight, but sometimes kasi people who have Eurasian features, they possess something that is very classic, chic, elegant. In fact, I told my friends, a friend who's now living in France, that I hope to see you looking like a French girl. That's something that, there's always something about classics.
Yeah,
And
it gives inspirational vibes actually. Like when I was living in Paris, it gives me vibes. And you're right with mixed girls, like mixed French, you can tell if they're French if there's a bump on their nose. So yeah, that's how you spot someone.
A bump.
Yeah, if you see on my nose, there's like one bump, like my father, because French people have like one bump on their nose, which is very weird. Yes.
Pero sa Westerners, di ba partner, babenta naman ang Filipina beauty, Asian. Yan naman ang mga markado.
That's right. That's right.
Okay,
That's
sige, we
right.
still have more photos to
Hindi
flash
pa kayo
on the
ligtas,
screen.
girls. Meron pa ang roleta, umiikot pa. This is fun. Alam niyo naman, dito namin kayo nakikilalang lahat.
Ayan na. Oops! Ano?
Oh my God, that's me. I was recognized as the ambassadress of raising 1 million urban gardens in the National Capital Region. I'm so jealous, Yung first two, they're all fun. Yung sa akin, seryoso. That's actually one of my advocacies also, to promote sustainability in an urban community or urban setting. So what we do there, we have actually reached, I think, 300,000, if I'm not mistaken, around 300 to 400,000. And my recent project was in Barangay Daang Bakal and Mandaluyong. We have built a fish pond, and we have also built a community garden. So it's a sustainable plan for everyone there. So what we do, we bake bread, pandesal, Spanish bread, pan de coco, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in exchange of a plastic bottle. And then that plastic bottle, we use that naman to plant seeds. And then we give them out to the community. Kapag napatubo ng isang person yung seeds na yon, ang kapalit naman niya is isda from the fish pond, from the community fish pond. So it's a sustainable way. It's recycling, ganyan. So it targets three major problems in the society, which is waste management. Second is yung hunger. And yung third is yung sustainability, to promote sustainability sa community. So I was their ambassadress na. And thankfully, I've been working with them for a year now already because it started nung pandemic. So, ayun. That's the story behind that one. I'm so happy that day. Oh my God, I'm finally an ambassadress. So,
Iba talaga yung nagagawa, partner, ng network, no? Na, I mean, your friends, the community that you're tying up with. So, iba yung achievement and leverage na nagagawa niya. So, congratulations din sa achievement, Joy.
Thank you.
Don't worry, meron pa tayong ibang mga photos. Huwag kang, hintay ka lang dyan. Sige. On to our fourth photo. Ayan, kanino kaya ito? Meron akong nararamdaman na nagtatakip ng mata. Nakikita na nagtatakip ng mata. Kinakabahan.
Wow!
Wow! Oh, sige, go!
Okay, so what's behind this photo is I was actually trying to showcase our dog. This is Falco. He is a Rhodesian Ridgeback, an African dog, lion hunters. So I was actually just going for a swim, but at that time, Falco is very clingy because it was just us in the house at that time. So I thought, okay, fine, I'll spend some time with Falco. I'm very much of my family actually is an animal lover. We are huge animal lovers. We had chicken, cat, dogs, birds, bunnies, hamster, guinea pigs, all kinds of pets already. Yes, yes, we had the whole Discovery or National Geographic in our house, but we do not eat our chicken. No, we don't eat our chicken. Yes, my whole family is a huge animal lover. As much as we can, we adopt any cats, especially cats that are strays. And then with Falco naman, we came to love him. Originally, we didn't plan to have him, but my mom really begged my dad to have one because those are called humble giants. They're very lovable dogs. They are very big, but don't be fooled, they are very nice. All they want is attention and pets. And then there's me in a bikini, just trying to pose lovely. Yes, I think I did well. I look fit in the photo. But yeah, I didn't show much of my face. I'm not trying to, I think I look good, but I was trying to showcase more Falco. Trust me, I really was trying to showcase our dog more.
Buti sinabi niya na humble giants ang ganitong
Yes.
breed of pet, no? Ang laki,
Humble.
nakakatakot. Hindi ba siya matapang? Hindi
As you can
naman.
tell, he's a bit much bigger than me if I sit down. Yes, he's bigger than me if I sit down. They're very
Grabe. Oo. So ayan, the other side of our girls, 'di ba, no, partner, merong pet lover, merong traveler, merong community organizer, and we also have parang yun best friend. Ayan. So
Yeah.
pero alam ko meron pang second round to, partner.
Oo,
Hindi pa
alam ko may
tayo.
second round pa to.
Akala yun tapos na, no?
Hindi pa to
Sige.
tapos. Ito ang fun
Sige.
part, girls. Masyadong seryoso minsan yung mga usapan. We need to lighten things up.
Sige, on to
Masyado na
our...
kayong bugbog for sure sa training.
Pauline. Wow.
So this photo was nag-oath taking ako for when I passed my board exam sa medtech. So this was in the ICC. It was really a memorable day for me. It was actually one of the best days in my life kasi yung journey ko during board season, grabe talaga. As in, I was studying for about 12 to 16 hours a day. And then like 10 days before my boards, I wasn't really sleeping na kasi I was really tense. And when I learned na nakapasa ako, it was 3 days after the boards. It was around 11:30. And then, so syempre, ayan na, PRC results. And then, I found my name. Then, I was shouting, Mama, Mama, nakapasa ako. Tapos, I was really crying that night. Kasi, sorry, I'm getting emotional. Kasi naalala ko yung hard work talaga. It was literally hard work, sweat, tears, blood, lahat na. Lahat na ng sa katawan. I was really thankful to God for the guidance. Kasi super hirap. I mean, yung mental na yung nararamdaman ko that time when I was studying for boards, hindi talaga biro. It was really, really hard. I have to, ang kapal ng mga inaaral ko. Like when I actually took a picture of my, yung mga journals ko, books and everything. And then kung parang ganito lahat siya kakapal. More than this actually. So parang, it was a really, that moment, yung nag-oath taking kami, sobrang saya. It was really a rewarding experience. Sobrang daming gratitude from my heart. And for me, ayan, siyempre after nung mag-oath taking, medyo pa-cute na lang wearing that gown. Nung nag-oath taking kami sa PICC. And yes, yun lang naman so far. And actually, my license actually expired na. So, I'm about to renew my license on August 11. So, ayan, medyo wala na. Medyo hindi na ako RMT ngayon. Kasi expired na siya technically. Ayun.
Syempre, dugo at pawis, no, partner? So, deserve mong mag-post ng ganyan.
Earning a license, whether it be a doctor, med tech, teacher. I mean, iiyak ka talaga. Ikaw ba naman mag-aral ka ng halos 3 buwan para lang sa isang exams?
Yes, that's true.
True. Congratulations, and I'm sure your family is very proud of you.
Thank you.
Doktora na nga tawag ni Joy. Doktora ang tawag ni Joy talaga.
Yes, claiming it, manifesting.
After 3 years.
Doktora ang tawag talaga.
Sige.
Okay, next photo, direct. May 3 pa. May 3 pang litrato dyan.
Oh my God, ano kaya?
Ito yung parte talaga that everybody is either laughing or nakakatmat na daw kayo. Next round. Yan. Gwen.
Okay, so thank you for choosing this picture. It's actually my favorite picture on my feed. My birthday is June 11, and I've decided from that day on to celebrate each and every one of my birthday with the children of Erda, because it made me really realize the importance of being with the community and being with children to really teach them the values of knowledge. And and the values of really focusing on education. So these people in the picture, they all came to my birthday, even though they had school. So we took a little break, and then I taught them some French. I taught them how to play guitar and also violin, because I love playing the violin and the piano. So, and also, so it was a day full of my advocacy as well. So I explored the Smoky Mountains, and I also filmed my purpose video there because I really wanted to be connected with the children, because I used to go there every month. But due to COVID, I've been teaching online, which is a whole different setting, especially with children who are struggling with having laptops and tablets as well. So yes, that's a really important day for me. And I'm excited to do that again next month and next year for my birthday.
So, gano'n partner, hindi mo na talaga maaalis sa sistema ng isang Miss World Philippines yung your involvement in the community, even during a very special occasion sa buhay mo.
Yes,
Talaga.
I was really involved with children, and that's why I think I'm an economics major, but I'm more focused on education and languages because I feel like it's my forte to really put discipline into children and to really make them value education. Because growing up in England, not everyone valued education. Many people didn't seem to want to take interest in going to school and the privilege of really having an education. But in the Philippines, it seemed that everyone wanted to go to school, but no one was able to because of their background or financial reasons. And I don't think that should be a barrier to stop education, because like a tree, poverty has many roots, and education is one of the main factors for it.
Very well said. Thank you, Gwen. Sige. On to our next photo. Sige. Ayan, kanino kaya itong next photo natin? Ayan. Loading. Joy.
I like that one. It's actually one of my jobs. It's actually part of my job because I work now as an executive assistant of a politician. So I usually go with her whenever we're doing outreach programs. And I think people are telling me kasi, oh, you're a huge critic of the government and now you're working in the government yourself. And I was like, the best way to make a change is to be in the system, be part of the system, and then change it from the inside. So that's what I'm doing. If they think that the government is like 100% evil, then when I enter that one, it's 99% na lang, because my goal there is to work for the people. And I think that I'm really doing my job as a public servant. I'm really enjoying it. This photo was in Laguna, right after the Typhoon Rolly. So I'm really, really happy to be there because the people are just like so warm. It really shows the resilience of the Filipino people that whatever they are going through, they are just so happy na may taong tutulong sa kanila. They are just so happy na may taong nandyan para sa kanila. And that really melted my heart kasi sabi ko, oh my God, this is what I love. This is really my passion. This is my purpose to be one of the people that will bring joy to their lives, that will make a difference in their lives. Sobrang saya ko niyang moment na yan because I was the one kasi who coordinated with them. So talagang sabi ko, oh my God, this is all worth it. Yung mga walang tulog namin na moments because we have to travel from Bicol. Pagkagaling mo ng Bicol, punta ka naman ng Marikina, then Camsur, pabalik-balik kasi they are the most affected by the Typhoon Rolly. Tapos, syempre may pandemic pa, so you are also risking your health. So sabi ko, oh my God, thank God for bringing me into this parang journey to be able to make a difference na as a normal person, even without the power in the government, even just a normal staff lang, I can make a difference I can help people. Kaya sobrang happy ko sa trabaho ko. I kind of miss doing it kasi ngayon hindi ako nakakasama. But that's the story of it. It's the people from Laguna. Sa inyo. Sa inyo, sa Laguna.
At ang maganda dito, partner, parang walang nangyaring disaster. No? Lahat sila ang happy sa photo. Diba? Yun ang mas nakaka-fulfill,
Sobrang
I
fun
think.
lang nila. Ang binigay namin sa kanila that time is just paneg, yung may matutulugan lang sila. Not even food, but they were so thankful na parang, thank you kasi naalala nyo kami. Thank you kasi pinuntahan nyo kami dito. Ganyan. And sabi ko, oh my God, iba pala ang nagagawa kapag alam mo na may naitutulong ka sa kapwa mo. Kasi it's one thing to care for other people, but it's also another to be able to contribute to the change dun sa buhay nila. And I think that one simple act really made a difference sa buhay nila kasi at one point, someone cared for them. Someone was there for them. Yeah, I'm so happy. Thank you for
True.
thank you for showing this to me. I kind of got emotional.
True. Sabi nga, di ba partner, a happy heart is a grateful heart. Yan ang nakita natin sa photo na ito. Pero, syempre, meron pa tayong isa pang photo.
Yeah, of course. One last photo. Shade is wondering which photo our director has chosen. Oh, yeah.
Traveler.
Oh, what happened in this photo? I was in Europe. I actually just visited my sister in Germany, and then we were on the way to Netherlands to visit our grandma. And then we stopped by Belgium along the way because I had to stop for the very famous waffle, and we had time. We had time, chocolates and waffle. And at this area, we were in Brussels, the main center actually of Belgium. And I just had to take a photo. That place, by the way, is the Canada of Europe. That means people are very nice. And also the story about the waffle. I must share this. I was in behind one building and I could smell the waffle from the other side of the building. Trust me, I followed the smell on the way to the waffle. And then on the way there, I found out that it was just a truck. So it's what is it? How we know waffles, it's really true. You can really smell it. And it's really true what they say about the Belgian waffle. It's really good. I hope everyone in this world could try it. But yes, Belgium on the side is a beautiful country. Yeah.
For now,
very
hanggang hot cake lang muna yata tayo, no, partner? Versus, so, ang layo sa waffle. Hot cake lang muna kami. Ang sarap maging kaibigan to.
Natawa ako doon. Natawa
Ang
ako
sarap
doon.
maging kaibigan nito mga to. Travel ng travel. Diba?
talaga siya.
Ang inggit ko dito, partner, marami sa kanila technically nakakapag-Europe, nakakapag-Europe or had experienced Europe because, as I said, when Europe actually brings out the elegance in everyone, believe me. When I talk to people who came from Europe, that's always my assumption that the class and elegance that I always see with whether it's a guy or whether it's a female, there's always something yung sharp, elegance, classic. So those are my takeaways on these people who have gone to Europe. So
I hope
there.
everyone gets the chance to go to Europe because it's a beautiful place. Beautiful place.
But you
Switzerland
have
is
to
on my
visit the
list.
Philippines first. Wow, talaga siningit.
Love your own country, dude. Yeah, I have to say, you have to love your own country. Okay. We finished with the photo raid, but I want to add something, a little bit of challenge this because I want each of you girls to describe the city or municipality or province that you're representing in Miss World Philippines in 3 words only. In 3 words. And I know it's not easy because there are so many things you can probably say about your city, municipality, or province that you represent. So let's go with Pauline and Joy. 3 words to describe the city / municipality / province that you represent.
So the 3 words that I can describe my city is home, security, and talented. San Pablo City is home, and what I love about San Pablo City are the people that is talented, innovative, and creative. And for me, what the last thing that I love about San Pablo is how it gives me this sense of security and comfort that gives me, it gives me that kind of sense that I can show who the real Pauline Robles is. And that's what I love about San. And I'm grateful for San Pablo City, Laguna.
Wow. Ang bilis makaisip naman. Ang bilis.
Why? What about you? 3 words to
Okay, so
describe
I'll be representing, as you all know, it's the Tiger City of the Philippines, Mandaluyong City. So I would like to describe it in few words. Progressive, inclusive, and powerful. Progressive in a way that the Tiger City was coined because of the fast-paced growth of the economic state of Mandaluyong City. So I'd like to call them a progressive city. And second is inclusive, because if you guys don't know, we celebrate Pride Month. We hire people, PWD people. If you would just go in Mandaluyong City Hall, some of the elevator, yung nakaupo sa elevator na nag-a-assist, are PWDs. So they're very inclusive. And they have just recently passed an ordinance on mental health. So I really, really love Mandaluyong. Third is they're very powerful. Really, I cannot deny the fact that they are emerging into the next central business district. We have everything, even the National Center for Mental Health. We have that. We are very powerful in a way that we embody the characteristic of a tiger. We are strong, we are fierce, we are brave in whatever that we do, and we are always on the forefront of every advocacy. And they are very supportive of their beauty queens. And my advocacy is one of the advocacies that they are really supporting. So I'm really proud of Mandaluyong City.
To be fair, partner, bagay itong dalawa kasi UST graduate,
Yes,
Growling
exactly.
Tiger, Rising Tiger of Mandaluyong. So, yan, nag-common nilang dalawa. So, see?
Mga tigre.
Yeah, of course. All right, Gwen and Sade, 3 words to describe the city, municipality, province that you represent.
I would describe my city as sustainable, number one. Number two, diverse. And number three, innovative. Sustainable because I believe it is the very first city to declare no plastic. So styrofoam and plastic bags are not allowed. The McDonald's they're all paper cups and paper packaging. Also, my company I am Muntinlupa. My company is also sustainable. And then diverse, because if you really go to Muntinlupa, you can really see different type of people, different color, different age, and different type of body, and it is well accepted. More than well accepted, it is something people don't really mind. People don't really pay attention to that. You be who you are. And innovative, for example, we just built the new museum there, the Muntinlupa Museum, and it is built as if it's like a cage. It represents Muntinlupa. It's very innovative. It's very clean. As much as possible, they try to make it clean. And in the different areas that they lack, they really focus on it, and you can really see that. As a Montelupeño, I can attest to it. I can prove to you that if you go there and if you stay there for at least a week, you can see how much the government really cares, especially for the road, for the people, and the vaccines. Yes.
Gwen?
So 3 words for Himamaylan City, which I'm representing, is in Negros Occidental, Lamilonga, my mom is Ilongga. It would be radiant, flourishing, and welcoming. Because Himamaylan City, when you go there, you'll get the experience that everyone is so welcoming, generous. It is a city that is flourishing, full of diversity, full of talent, and really focused on education. With Mayor Raymond Tongson, he's really focusing on scholarships for children that are vulnerable, and that's something that's very close to my heart. So me and the mayor are working together to really flourish my advocacy as well. And in the future, I'll also be teaching children there, Himamaylan children, who have not had the opportunity to go to school. So in a way, they really thrive on education, which I really admire, and talent as well, because talent full of music, singing, anything that makes someone show who they are, who they really are. And in pageants, that's really what it's about, empowering each other and accepting our flaws. And that's what Himamayalam City really focuses on, really welcoming, which I really love. And I'm so proud to be representing Basta Negrosanon Kwakbahon.
All right. Okay, ladies, we're about to close tonight's conversations, but before that, we will go to the final question, which is I think is like part of the head-to-head challenge that you're all training for. It's just one simple question. Why should you be one of the winners in this year's batch of Miss World Philippines? I will repeat that question again. Why should you be one of the winners in this year's batch of Miss World Philippines? So I'll go back to Gwen and Sade for this.
Why should I be the next win one of the crowns of Miss World? I believe all the crowns, they all share different types of women, different type of aspects, different type of personalities, and kinds of women. And I think to me, I focus more on diversity. I try as much as possible to fit as much crowns as possible. And I also try to train myself very well. I make sure that I'm very deserving of one of the crowns. And I try to show that to people as well.
Gwen?
So for me, I want to be the next Miss World or to win any of the crowns because in a way, all these crowns have different responsibilities, but still giving back to the community. I believe in the power of a woman to make a difference, and I want to be that woman. I don't want to be just seen as a pretty face. I want to be seen as a woman with purpose, with substance, who is willing to give her power, her willpower to what really matters, which is marginalized people. And as an advocate of education, I want to enable and make sure that each child will not have to worry about being hungry again and that they will be fully educated so this world can be a better place. Thank you.
Pauline and Joy.
I should be the next Miss World Philippines because I'm not just a woman of character and substance, but I'm also a woman of passion and action. And through my advocacy, I believe that healthcare shouldn't be a privilege. It is a basic human right, and Filipinos shouldn't be deprived from it. Thank you.
Wow, short but sweet.
Yeah.
Short but sweet. Okay, so listening to all their answers, I'm really, really proud of this batch of the girls because everyone is really deserving to get a crown. But as for me, I think I really deserve to win in this pageant because I think this will further my cause. One of the reasons why I joined Miss World is I want to have a wider platform. I already have my platform, but with Miss World, I will be able to fast track all the progress that I've been making in the society. I will be able to reach more people to help, and I will be able to make differences that will really make a positive change in this world. And that's what I'm really looking forward at. To be the ambassadress of change, to be a beacon of hope to everyone, and to be the light in these darkest times, especially that we're in the middle of the pandemic. And I think more than the crown, I think what makes a queen truly a queen is her purpose that is driven for the life and the benefit of others.
In summary, ladies and gentlemen, mic drop. And that wraps up tonight's conversation. Partner,
Yes, nako partner, lalong nakaka-excite tuloy, no? Hearing these girls na kahit sino kasi pwedeng ipadala na eh. Confident tayo na they will do their best in the international stage. Congratulations in advance, girls, and good luck for the crowning on Sunday. And again, thank you for gracing the crown today with your presence. And syempre, we would want to give this chance for you to say your thank yous and probably promote something. We can start with Pauline.
So first, I would like to thank Crown PH. Thank you for having us here. Thank you for inviting us. And I also would like to thank my parents, my friends, my glam team, to all those people who are supporting me. Thank you so much, of course, and of course to God. Just want to thank for the guidance and protection. So yeah.
Joy?
So I would really like to thank everyone who have shared their time for this interview and this evening. I know it's so late, but thank you still for staying with us, for listening to our thoughts, for letting us share our insights about certain things, and for letting us talk about what really is our reason for joining Miss World. And I think more than anything, I would really like to thank everyone for their passion and beauty pageants, because this platform really gives us voice and really gives us the energy, really gives us the chance to be able to be not just a woman of substance, not just a woman of purpose, but woman of actions. Women, actually, because we have lots of incredible women here that are competing for the crown. And right now, I do not feel pressured, because if anything, I know that the crown will be given to a woman who deserves it, to women who deserve the crowns. And of course, I know that everything will be worth it on July 25. I'm really hoping, and I hope you guys can watch us live on GMA. We will be telecasted, I believe, on GMA 7 at 10 p.m. So please do watch us on July 25. Also, do follow Miss World Philippines Organization's Facebook and IG and Instagram page, so that you will know all the updates and, of course, all the causes that we are supporting.
Thank you. Shade?
So I want to thank everyone, especially growing up independent from the age of 18 in the Philippines, living alone. I was very grateful to have my parents' support all the way from Belgium and France and England. So I'm very grateful for them, because I wouldn't be joining Miss World if I didn't have the willpower that my parents gave me. I want to thank Himamaylan City for really standing behind me and really trying to push me to strive to who I am today. I want to thank Mayor Raymond Thompson, Miss Dara for really believing me, and also to the Crown PH for having us and really being lovely to us and allowing us to express our advocacy and what we're really about, to really thrive on what beauty pageants are really about, because most people have a stereotype that it's all about glamour, luxury, but it's really not. All the effort, it all comes into one, and having a crown is the start of a journey. It's not the end. So I want to thank everyone who supports me and everyone that is watching. And I'm really excited for what is to come and how I can shape, and all of us candidates, how we can shape the world into a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Gwen. And finally, Shade.
To me, of course, I want to support all of my supporters. Muntinlupa City is behind me. I also have international supporters, which is good. My parents are in Spain. My sister is in Germany. I have titas in Italy, and so on and so forth. And I'm just so lucky to have these kinds of support. It's very heartwarming to have this, especially people are now starting to keep an eye also on my advocacy also, which is sustainability. Sustainability is about entering this beautiful world and leaving it just as beautiful, and so on for the following generations to come. So hopefully people pay more attention to this even more. And for me being in Miss World, I'm just so thankful that people know this now. People think about this now. And thank you as well for the Qrown for welcoming me in this interview. Although I have a really husky voice, very sexy. Yes.
Not feeling her best today, but she still made it here.
Yes.
I'm very proud of her.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much, the Qrown. Very welcoming and very fun interview, especially. Very fun.
Thank you, girls. And syempre, partner, we also would want to thank pa rin ang ating subscribers and followers. Please continue to follow us, The Crown Philippines, on Facebook and IG. We're now 45,000 strong on IG and 300,000 strong on Facebook. Thank you, mga ka-Crown. Please follow our YouTube channel as well. That's The Crown Philippines on youtube.com. Go, partner.
And yes, as we said earlier, please continue supporting all candidates in their national competitions. And we wish all of our girls luck, because it's just 1 week to go before somebody's lives changes before our eyes. So, mga ka-Qrown, thank you very much. And we will see you in the next interview. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.